All right, so just made a video coming to from 4 Mile Creek to Herring Creek. Now we're going to be heading back. In this video, I might just make a little shorter. These files are absolutely enormous, and I've noticed that it takes a while. I'm uploading right now the first video that I made yesterday evening, and it's still uploading. I kicked it off this morning, and yeah, it takes a while. I'm trying to upload it in the highest quality. I'm really not sure how it's going to look when it lands, but there's a bump right there. A little bit of a hill. So it might be worthwhile just to try a smaller video just for testing. It's very bumpy through here. You know, just to see kind of what the quality will look like. And now I'm really going to be just experimenting with camera angles. Just seeing what works. Yeah, this thing wants to keep spinning on its axis. It won't be so bad once it gets past the bumpy sections. On your left. So yeah, maybe this video will just be, you know, seeing how stable the video is. I mean, I guess the image stabilization, you know, because it's attached to a mount on a very, very stiff Aero road bike. This is a Cannondale System 6, and I haven't done anything to make it less stiff, that's for sure. But I think the camera has some built-in, I don't know whether it's the hardware or the software, but it has a way of sort of evening out the bumps to keep things steady. So we'll see how well that works. She seemed very happy to be out on the trail today. Can't blame her. It's a beautiful day. Downhill. Yeah, I can't get over how pretty it is today. The summer here this year has been, very, very hot at times for sure, and wet. At least for this area. Person's waiting. That intersection, you really have to be careful. I've had some close calls you know, you're going across, there's no stoplight, and you know, people are just not looking. And you know, I'll be halfway through an intersection and someone will just be making a turn, they're just really not paying attention. They don't think that maybe a cyclist might be there. Had a few close calls. Wow. On days like today, I mean, the contrast between the farmland, the plantation, and the sky, it's really something. And you're just out in the open. Right before going back into the forest. And it's great, these transitions on the trail. You never really get too used to one thing. Looks like a group up here. This is the crossing to Shirley Plantation. Okay, so I don't know if the other video that I made on the way to Heron Creek is going to upload or not, but I was mentioning on the way from 4 Mile to Heron Creek that crossing leads to Shirley Plantation, and there's a winery there now. It's called Upper Shirley, and I could go on. I'm a little bit of a wine enthusiast. About the winery, what I will say is it's very pretty. It's overlooking the river. It's a good amount of land. You know, people will go out behind the winery. There's like a very big yard, and you can stretch out. You know, there's places to do picnics. There's a large back porch. There's a restaurant, and the wine, it's good for what it is. It's Michael Shaps. Those of you in Virginia will know the name. So, you know, enough said. But the important thing there for cycling is you gotta be careful going across that little intersection, because, you know, people are coming from a winery, and, you know, they maybe shouldn't be behind the wheel. They're not really paying attention, potentially. So I'm thinking about where I should maybe cut this video. Of course, I can edit it after, but we'll go a little further. These little beeps are messages that are coming in on my bike computer, text messages and so forth. To the right, there is a pet lodge and training center. A pet hotel. On your left. A little bit of downhill. About 3 weeks ago, I ended up doing the whole trail. Well, close to it, 100 miles. I think the whole trail would have been 104 actually, if I had gone all the way to Jamestown from Richmond, but I stopped in Williamsburg. There's a cafe slash bike shop called Spoke and Art. That's, oh, I don't know, I guess about mile marker 2, something like that. And that's where I ended up stopping. And stopped briefly to have a little bite to eat. Got a little caffeine energy for the return. But what I will say is that when I got about to this spot on the way back, I was feeling really tired. So I think a lot of these rides that I'll be documenting, it's sort of a form of training for myself. You know, I'm gonna try to do another century ride, as they call it, before it gets too cold. So I would say maybe in the next month. But it was a fantastic ride. And I felt like it was a real achievement, you know. I mean, for someone who really started cycling last year and also had, in the middle of that, a fractured ankle that I had to heal from. So really, I've been riding maybe 6 or 7 months in total. I mean, for certain, in that one day, I rode this bike more than I ever rode a bike in my childhood, all combined, for sure. And I spent a lot of time in my childhood on a bike, as most of us did, growing up in the 80s. It was all about, you know, BMX in this country. It's very much a BMX culture for the youth. And I was no exception. Great day to be on the trail. On your left. So, I think I'll find a nice place to cut this video for now. I don't want to make it too long. I feel like I've probably gone longer than I meant to already. Maybe like a, I don't know, cross street or something. Gotta say, I wish every day was like this. It's not too humid. I mean, I'm barely breaking a sweat today, to be honest. And I would say that, I don't have it right in front of me, but I think the temperature is probably maybe 80 degrees, 80 to 82, something like that. It's not bad. It's the days like this that I probably want to document the most. It will be very cold before we know it. And I don't know what that's going to be like. I didn't ride at all during the winter months over this last year. Mainly I was recovering from the ankle injury. So I wasn't doing much of anything, to be honest. Just recovering. All right, maybe after this downhill and across the bridge, we'll cut it short. Malvern Hill. Malvern Hill sounds like a great place to end a video. So I think we'll stop there for now. Maybe upload this video after a little bit. Okay, that's all for now.